Today at 5, searchers in Oregon turn up encouraging clues in the hunt for missing Bay Area resident James Kim.
We did find an article of clothing that we're trying to determine if it does belong to Mr. Kim.
A pair of pants found in a ravine a couple of miles from where his wife and 2 children were rescued yesterday.
We are operating under the assumption he is alive. They're not going to.
Oregon State Police say the pants were found here near the Bear Camp viewpoint. They think they belong to James Kim, who's been missing now for 10 days. His wife and 2 kids were found yesterday alive and well. Now, the pants turned up at the bottom of a canyon in this area. It's a very mountainous area. One official says it could be a sign that Kim was trying to indicate the path he was taking. Kim is now the focus of a search involving some 100 people, and crews have been trying to follow his tracks. In fact, they've been crisscrossing the Rogue River you see just north of this Bear Camp viewpoint. By the way, they were headed to Gold Beach after Thanksgiving and never made it. KRON 4's Jonathan Bloom now live in Oregon with the latest on this developing story. Jonathan?
Chris, as you mentioned, there is a pair of pants that they are looking for that belong to Mr. Kim. He may have been wearing them or carrying them when he left his family in the station wagon to go look for help. That was a pair of gray pants rather than the blue jeans that were earlier described, and those gray pants might have been left behind because they got wet, or, as you just heard, they might have been left behind because Mr. Kim was trying to leave an indication of the direction in which he was going. Rescuers believe that Mr. Kim is no more than 5 miles from the site at which his wife and kids last saw him. Therefore, they are blanketing the area using tools like an infrared helicopter and, of course, man tracking, which is tracking his footsteps on foot. However, as the darkness sets here at the staging area where the rescuers are coming into and out of the search area, they are saying that they are going to be avoiding a certain area of the place where Mr. Kim might be because it is too dangerous for rescuers to go into at night. They're going to continue the search throughout the dark hours, but the steepest areas of the canyon where they saw his footsteps, they will not be able to search until there is sunlight for fear of the safety of the rescuers. Now, just a few moments ago, there was a press conference held by authorities here in Oregon, and here's what they had to say.
Search efforts continue today. We're working in the Big Windy Creek drainage area. It's about 5 miles long, and we believe it's about 5 miles from where the car is found. We did find an article of clothing that we're trying to determine if it does belong to Mr. Kim. We do believe it is.
Now, authorities who were looking for Mr. Kim have been searching all day tirelessly, bringing on more people as the hour goes on. KRON 4's Michelle Kennedy has the latest on those search efforts.
These are the latest pictures taken of search and rescue crews headed into rugged Oregon terrain in hopes of finding James Kim. Josephine County officials explained the details of the search this morning.
We have approximately 4 helicopters up in the air.
Crews are also floating down the Rogue River in 2 rafts. They say James Kim is believed to have walked down a hillside near the river. Nearly 100 people are involved in the search effort. At around 2 o'clock, searchers found a pair of what are believed to be James Kim's pants. Officials say he could be trying to leave a trail, or he could be hypothermic. Severe hypothermia can cause people to become disoriented and have a false sense of warmth, which can lead to them disrobing. Michelle Kennedy, KRON 4 News.
Now, as those search efforts continue, Mr. Kim, again, they're assuming that he is alive. They're operating under the assumption that they will be finding him alive. His wife and kids, meanwhile, were found alive already, and yesterday we showed you that dramatic video. Now, KRON 4's Heather Donald is live in the newsroom with the latest on their condition.
Jonathan, Katie Kim and her 2 little girls were released from Three Rivers Community Hospital in Grants Pass, Oregon, just before noon today. We're told Katie may lose a toe. The Kim's family members say it is amazing that the 3 are in such good shape, considering they were stranded in a freezing car for 9 days. Take a look at some pictures of Katie and her little girls, Penelope, age 4, and Sabine, just 7 months. This is as they're leaving the hospital today in Oregon. That picture is from yesterday when they were rescued. All are said to be in very good shape. Katie breastfed both girls during their 9 days stuck in the frigid Oregon wilderness. Before James Kim left to find help on Saturday, he and his wife huddled with their 2 girls in the family station wagon and ran the car at night until they ran out of gas. Yesterday afternoon, Katie, Penelope, and little Sabine were rescued from their car stuck in the snow on a remote road in the Coast Range. Tonight, the family is staying at an undisclosed location, focusing their attention on the search for James. Here in the Bay Area, friends of the Kims are doing what they can to help. They've set up a command post in Oakland. That's where KRON 4's Christine Connolly joins us live now. Christine.
Well, Heather, those who couldn't go to Oregon have come here to a sort of communication center set up by friends. Let's take a look around here. You can see they've got a computer set up here that shows the areas, pinpoints where rescuers have been searching for the Kims. They've even set up a website. You can find a link for that on Kron4.com. Thousands of people have gone to that website. Just saw a post moments ago from someone as far away as Australia wishing the Kims well. Now, joining us now live is Scott Nelson Windles. Now, just a moment ago, we heard about these pants that they found possibly belonging to James Kim. How did you take that news?
At first, we were pretty concerned, but looking back on the family, having already survived 7 days out there before James left the family, and knowing they were on a 10-day road trip, we realized James wouldn't have left the family without several pairs of clothes. And we were relieved when that was confirmed at the 4:15 news conference that James was wearing 2 pairs of pants. So we're relieved and hopeful that that was a sign.
Now, you're a very close friend of Katie Kim's. Tell me, you spoke to her last night, from what I understand. How is she doing? What'd she have to say?
I did speak to her briefly. You know, it was a very emotional moment because I've been waiting for that moment for a few days. She's doing well. The kids are well, and you know, they had a little bit of frostbite, but they're both healthy, and they've all been discharged from the hospital.
Thank you so much for joining us, Scott. Now, of course, they'll be here all night, and at this point, it's just sort of a wait and worry game. All they can do right now is pray for the best. Reporting live from North Oakland, I'm Christine Conley, Kron 4 News.
And we will have continuing coverage of the search for James Kim, including a live update from Oregon. That's coming up at 5:30. Also, a look at the technology searchers are using.